And after victory in West Yorkshire on their last away trip, Leicester City travel to South Yorkshire this afternoon, looking to extend their record-breaking start to the new season. It became 4 wins from 4 last weekend against Cardiff, and that was the first time that had been done in the club's history. This afternoon's challenge comes from winless Rotherham United as the Foxes play their first competitive fixture here at the New York Stadium, backed by a sellout away following, who will be looking to cheer on another victory under the guidance of Enzo Maresca and enjoy the rest of the bank holiday weekend with Leicester City at the summit of the Championship table. For the home side, who were beaten 7 days ago at Sunderland, they did take the lead in that game. They make one change today. Matt Taylor bringing back Fred Odemdina after he was suspended for the game at Sunderland. He replaces their leading goal scorer, Hakim Adofin, who had scored 2 in his last 2 games. He's not involved this afternoon. Former Foxes player Victor Johansson starts in goal for Rotherham, who have also got a new recruit on the bench in the shape of Arvin Appiah. Well, Enzo Maresca also makes one change. That's from the 11 that started the victory against Cardiff at King Power Stadium last weekend. Kasey McAteer returns from injury. He replaces Wanya Marcel. It means that match winner Cesare Cazadei will wait for his first start as a Leicester City player. He remains on the bench despite scoring late in that victory at King Power Stadium. Jerry Taggart looking to keep that win going, that winning run going. 5 from 5 would be an extremely positive start to the season. Goes without saying, but it keeps the momentum if they can pull that off.
Yeah, and you know, they've given themselves the best opportunity. You know, you said they're coming to a team who already are struggling in the league with just that solid draw at home to Blackburn. You know, having those 3 wins behind me, should be coming in this game full of confidence, knowing that they can score goals under pressure, pushing teams all the way to the final whistle, however long the game lasts, still probing, still pushing. And so yeah, you know, they've got a great opportunity to make a 4 out of 4. It's as simple as that. As I say, I mean, it's all about the mental approach today.
We did talk about Rotherham winless so far and how they would approach this game for Leicester, and you've touched on it there. Would it have been Enzo Maresca and his team this week trying to keep that focus, trying to keep that concentration, despite Rotherham's poor form, coming into this one and trying to keep the focus on keeping the run going?
You know, at the end of the day, players are only human beings, and sometimes you can let that, you know, that focus slip away slightly, and it goes down to 80-85%. So you've got to try and come into this game thinking this is, you know, you're playing the best team in the league, who at the minute, apart from Leicester, are Ipswich Town. So that's the focus that you've got to have, because if you don't and you let your focus slip, then this is where you become undone. We've seen it many times before. It'll happen again. Let's hope it's not today.
A blast of Frank Sinatra before we get underway here in South Yorkshire. It's Leicester in all blue, Rotherham in their red shirts with white arms and white shorts. The 35th meeting between these two sides. And the last 3 Leicester trips to Rotherham have been at 3 different grounds. This is the first competitive visit here to the New York Stadium. The last one was a League Cup victory, a Carling Cup victory, if you remember that one. The 2 big defenders, which we just mentioned, Humphreys and Blackett, are amongst the players that have crowded in and around that 6-yard area. Cafu has gone across to take over on the far side. Will be a right-footed in-swinger from the former Benfica and Nottingham Forest midfielder. And it is in-swinging, and it's in off the post! And it's Jordan Hugill with the decisive touch in what was a packed 6-yard area. Hugill is off the mark for the season. We talked about the set-piece danger that Rotherham would have, and the Leicester players are asking a question about what part of Hugill's body that came off, because they are suggesting it came off his hand. The referee, Simon Hooper, has immediately come to speak to his assistant. Surrounded by players, Wout Fassi's saying it came off his shoulder, and the goal has been disallowed.
Wow. Well, I said it was a big moment in the game.
No VAR, remember,
No
in the
VAR,
Championship.
so, you know, it took an eagle-eyed assistant referee on this near side to spot that. And the ball was whipped in by Cafu. Great ball in from him. Lots of whip, lots of pace on the ball.
The two Danes in the Leicester back line onto the Belgian international. Wout Faes is across as a right back for the moment, and again as he plays the ball back to Hermansen, just telling his teammates just calm things down as Leicester try and get a grip of this game that has been played at such a high tempo. We've had 11.5 minutes of it so far as Hermansen rolls the ball into the path of Harry Winks midway inside the Leicester half. It's an early ball over the top looking for Mavididi, who will get there first. Keeps the ball in play by the corner flag. He's got the company of Lembiksa. He holds him off, he wins a throw. Mavididi takes the throw quickly into Iheanacho. He's in the penalty area, dummy to play a back heel, then chips the ball to the far post. McAteer's there, Leicester score, Leicester lead. Kasey McAteer, his first goal for the club, what he will certainly remember as the Leicester fans to our right are joyous in celebration. Iheanacho used Dewsbury Hall in the end by not using him. He dummied the back heel. That created the space as he flicked one into the sky, and McAteer coming onto it from just a couple of inches out, but he was in the right place at the right time, and Leicester City lead.
Yeah, it's a great finish, great, well-made goal. It all starts with Harry Winks, actually. He plays that long ball over the top, and it's a foot race between Lembiksa and Steffi Mavididi. Mavididi showed great pace to get on the end of that and beat Lembiksa. He then recycles it into Iheanacho. Little bit of trickery from him. Gets to the byline. He's got two options, John, when he gets to the byline. Fired across slow and hard, or a little dink to the back post. He goes for the little dink to the back post, and there's Kasey McAteer.
Didi on the right. He's tried to lay the ball, and he has done. It's dropped beautifully for McAteer by the corner flag, right side, up against the fullback. Cohen Bramall tries to check back on his right foot, but Bramall just got enough of a touch. It's come to Tihi on the edge of the area. He finished last season with Wigan. He was on loan from Slovan Liberec in Slovakia. He made the move to Rotherham on a permanent deal just after the season had started. And Didi, lots of room for McAteer on that right side, just to the right of the 18-yard area, decides to shoot, and it's across the face of goal and wide. And McAteer, after scoring one, he was backing himself to get a double.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, yes, it's a tight angle, but it opens up for him. No one's closing him down. They're all worried about their runners. Wilfred and Didi, who was one of them, trying to make overlapping runs. But again, great quick passing, build-up play.
Jamaican international was part of the Jamaica Gold Cup squad during the summer, who got to the semi-finals. And Bisca involved in all 5 of the games. Cafu, back heel to Rathbone. He's away down the right in the penalty area. Dewsbury Hall got in front of him briefly. Dewsbury Hall goes to ground. Rathbone with a cross that got a deflection, and Hermansen had to adjust his body to make a reaction. Palmed clearance, but it was out of danger of the Rotherham players. That was a really good piece, an important piece of goalkeeping by Mads Hermansen. Great agility and reflexes. Leicester have got a few of their substitutes warming up as Iheanacho touches it onto Dewsbury Hall. Unfortunately, it was on his right foot, so he's tied up to Ricardo. A shot that was fiercely struck and well struck, and Johansson had to be on his guard and alert to make a save. It was at him, fortunately, good positioning from the goalkeeper, but my word, that was well hit.
Yeah, again, a lovely little move. One-touch pass and slick.
And moving it further to the left-hand side, and Tyler Blackett, the defender, he's joining the latest Rotherham attack, receives it back from Andre Green, and it's a ball looking for Bramall, threaded between 2 Leicester players, but Ricardo recovered and got there first. He's on the dead ball line at the moment, and again, he's very cool, and he plays it to Harry Winks on the edge of the 18-yard area. Iheanacho, good strength, and the ball rolls through for Keenan Dewsbury Hall, through the middle, outside of the boot for Steffi Mavididi, in the penalty area, left-hand side. Mavididi tries to play it right-footed across the goal into the bottom corner, but Johansson was able to make the save. Mavididi couldn't really get the power on the shot, was just trying to get the accuracy into the opposite corner, but Johansson with a fine save.
That's a great breakaway. He does exactly the right thing, Dewsbury Hall, sprinting through the middle.
Rotherham keeping the pressure up in this Opening stages of the half, Andre Gree down the left, got a cross in from the byline. It's still in the penalty area. Ricardo's header straight to Christ Tihi. With Iheanacho closing him down, it stayed in play with Bramall, then Green through the legs of McAteer, opens up for the cross, it's chipped in towards Hugill, and it's in, it's Limbisca. The fullback had made his way into the penalty area. Rotherham get themselves a goal early in this second half, and they kept the pressure on from the number of set pieces that they had, and eventually the ball delivered in from the right. On Ndinya making his way into the 6-yard area, and just a glancing header with the ball dropping into the bottom corner out of the reach of Mats Hermansen, the Leicester goalkeeper. And we're all square at the New York Stadium.
Yeah, it's a poor goal to give away, John, in all honesty. Credit Green, he does well, to be fair. And he dinks a little ball to the back stick. Keeper thinks about coming for it. Backs off, it goes over the top of Vestergaard, and the Rotherham forward just gets the slight of the touches, and it's in off the far post. But really, one of those two have to be dealing with that cross into the box.
Ricardo to take the throw, just over the halfway line, looking down the line, but no one really giving them option. It's gone into the chest of McAteer. Lovely skill, he's got away from two challenges. Sprinting down the right, checks back, Dewsbury Hall, edge of the area. Can he get it onto his left foot? Still maybe. Oh, it's over the bar. It's took a deflection and it's fizzed over the bar. As soon as that came to Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, he knew exactly what he wanted to do. 2 on the opening day at Coventry, and his eyes lit up as the gap opened up for a shot. So Leicester corner. Wout Faes. Faes is pointing towards McAteer, who's ready to accept it. Infield to Cassidy, laid off nicely by Ricardo, still in his own half, but moves into a central area before releasing it to Callum Doyle on the left-hand side of the field. Now Winks comes over the halfway line, closed down and bundled over by Eves, and Cassidy's done really well. Referee waves play on Dewsbury Hall. The ball towards Mavididi, just beyond him, but he's able to get it at the second attempt. Uses Cassidy, who keeps the ball moving first time to Doyle. It's back to Mavididi on his right foot, a shot trying to find the near post, but Johansson diving down to his right to make the save. A decent shot from Mavididi. Cassidy involved in absolutely everything for Leicester.
Yeah, an excellent play from Cassidy there. You thought you'd lost control of the ball 2 or 3 times, and he manages to just keep a hold of it, get Leicester moving down that left-hand side, and that's probably the first time we've seen Mavididi in the second half.
Ball nudged out to the left. Brummel sprinting forward, joined by Appiah on this near side. Back to Cafu again. The Rotherham number 7. Looking forward, but goes back to Appiah on the left, and then it's Ndinya who can turn, plays the ball down the left of the penalty area. The target was Bramall, but it was intercepted and cleared, and now it's Vardy bringing it under control near the halfway line. Nudge to the left to Mavididi, who tricks his way beyond Lemberski, tries to show him a clean pair of heels, but he manages to keep up with him before there's a back heel by Mavididi to Dewsbury Hall, in at the near post. Trademark Vardy getting there first, but Blackett had followed the run and made a very important block inside the 6-yard area.
Great defending from Blackett again, as you said. On that left-hand side, Dewsbury Hall just finds that half a yard, low near post ball going in. Vardy makes the run.
Mavididi back to Vardy, back to goal, 6 yards out, releases it to Doyle, chips one into the sky. Cassidy's header down with no power, straight at Johansson.
Yeah, it's better from Leicester. Just say Vardy makes that near post run, gets first contact, but Blackett just follows him all the way and gets a good block in.
Valid option going forward, so goes back slightly to Vestergaard before it's back with Winks again, just over the halfway line. Cassidy can turn, he's got McAteer on this right touchline. Cassidy demanding the ball back in an inside right position, plays it back to Faes. Cassidy moving into space again, but Faes finding Winks. Leicester moving it to the left. Doyle, Cassidy making a late run into the penalty area. It's over him, it's over the defender. It's Kasey McAteer, couldn't quite bring it under control. Left-footed! Oh, he's got it under control now, and he's bent the ball into the corner, and those Leicester fans have gone absolutely wild behind the goal, because McAteer, who has given Leicester the lead for the second time in this game, and that was a thing of beauty, onto his left foot and just bent it beyond the former Leicester goalkeeper. A day to remember for Kasey McAteer.
what's a move ended with what's a finish from Kasey McAteer. Now, we spoke about sometimes the move doesn't get, the end product doesn't get what it deserves, but on this occasion, a slick move from Leicester City. The ball finds its way to the left-hand side, and Callum Doyle, he pings it over everybody to Kasey McAteer. His first touch is good, his second touch isn't so good, and so again you're thinking the momentum's gone out of this move, but no, he moves it onto his left foot and then he arrows it into that far corner, far left-hand corner. As we looked at it, the keeper gets a hand to it, but there's just too much power and too much precision on that shot from Kasey McAteer.
The Blue Army in full voice. The Leicester defence has to be aware. Eaves' header came off Ricardo. Huge handball claims. Referee looks at his assistant, and neither are moved by those claims. Leicester have got two players down in the box. Wout Faes holding his ankle and his face. Vestergaard is down as well.
Well, they can't take Pullum off because they've got to go off for 30 seconds. And they're down to 9 men with no centre halves on the pitch. So look, Faes is up. Vestergaard still holding his ankle. Faes is up now, limping. Vestergaard struggling. No more to be said on that matter. Some good performances. Doyle again, I think's been steady, solid, reliable. Really like the look of Cassidy.
Avadidi offside as Vardy turned to play him down the line. We've had the 8 minutes.
But you've got to say, McAteer, head and shoulders.
And there it is, full time. Leicester, 5 games, 5 wins. Kasey McAteer at the double has sealed the latest victory. He gave Leicester the lead. Tom Ondinya got the equaliser early in the second half, but a day to remember for Kasey McAteer, curled in the winner with 7 minutes of normal time remaining. This was a tough one for the Foxes, but they have secured another win. Again, it's only by the 1 goal, but they will be clear at the summit of the Championship this evening. Full time at the New York Stadium. Rotherham 1, Leicester 2.